Welcome to Take the Helm podcast, where we will share stories, experiences, data, and best practices with industry leaders, friends, and dealers. From market conditions to insights, leadership development to tough conversations, take the helm.
Hey everybody, John Green here with LeadHelm. Happy New Year to all you fine people out there. And you know me, excited for this new year, new opportunities. I got my boys here with me today. We're going to take a little look back at 2024. I'm going to share with you some of the things that we learned and really how that sets us up and you up potentially for great success in 2025. So today's podcast is all about the road ahead for success in 2025. So excited there, right? We're going to talk about digital sales opportunities like we usually do. How do we sell more vehicles? How do we deliver an exceptional customer experience at every turn? And if we can do that stuff right, everybody wins. We always talk about this on there. If we do this right, we win, dealers win, customers win, manufacturer wins, everybody wins. So let's win some stuff here in 2025. So joining me today, as if you're listening, you can't see these mugs, but if you're watching, you can see them. But I've got Aaron Barney here, co-founder of LeadHelm. Aaron, how are you?
Doing great. We're rocking and rolling into this new year and excited to be here with you guys today. Things are well.
And you're a little chilly down there in Southwest Florida. I mean, as far as Florida weather goes, it's cold front, isn't it?
It is a little bit. I mean, it was early morning this morning, around 45 degrees, somewhere in there. So we are definitely been getting a cooler season than we typically do, which has been nice. Not as cold as where you're at, but it's been a little chilly.
We're all, if you guys don't know, we're all in different places. Aaron's in Southwest Florida. Adam, who's up next, is kind of north central Florida. Jason's out in Amarillo, Texas, and I'm in Greenville, South Carolina. So we got all different kinds of weather. But Aaron's here. Obviously, Jason Blankenship is here joining us from Amarillo. And Jason heads up client success for us. Jay, how are you? Got your Chiefs hat on today?
Doing well. Yep. I got a optimistic outlook for the playoffs coming up, so I'm going to keep supporting them.
All right. I know the Bengals aren't too happy with what went down this past weekend, but anyway, they filed a complaint with the league, but we'll talk about that another time. Crazy. And Adam Galzinis, who heads up our business development and our sales effort. Adam, what's up with you today?
Doing well, and fantastic as always, John.
Fantastic. Look at these guys are just raring to go. All right. Well, without further ado, we're gonna start out with a little bit of retrospective here. So I'm not going to go through every detail, but suffice it to say, 2024 was a very busy year for LeadHelm. I'm assuming it was busy for everybody else. And I just to highlight, I'm going to give a couple of highlights, and then you're going to hear some more details from the fellas here shortly. But client work for us and client performance and client improvement is always job one for us, right? That is why we exist, is to help dealers improve and help them sell more vehicles through the digital sales process and actually entire sales process itself. And so we continue to try to get better ourselves. We work with dealers, we learn from dealers, they learn from us, and we continually improve on all fronts there. So you're going to hear a bit more about how we do that, the actual operational side of that, from Jason in a bit. So we'll cover that. And then you're going to hear from Aaron, right, on very active year with what we call affiliations or integrations and different partnerships that we have. And we firmly believe, and I think this came to light more in 24 than we've seen it before, but the synergy that can be had between different resource providers in these various spaces, whether we're power sports, Harley, marine, RV, those verticals where we really live. We've got other folks who are industry providers who live in those same spaces. We've been able to work with them. And what we understand is we are better together, right? We really are. And everybody's got the same goal in mind, right? How do we continue to do our best to propel this industry forward through training and technology and education and tools and resources, all those things. So Aaron will give you a little bit more detail on what we've done on that front. We continue to do, our education through a variety of ways, and I'll hit on a few of them at the end of the session today. But podcasts and webinars and different guests that we have on, and not only do we conduct these, but we attend a lot of different trade events and symposiums and webinars and podcasts that other people put on. Right? We challenge you to continue to be students of the business. We are students of the business all the time, right? Because Scott says it really well. He's like, look, I don't ever want to be the smartest person in the room. He's like, I'd be the richest person in the room without any problem. But if I'm the smartest person in the room, I got to go find a different room because there's always something to learn, right? Yeah. So we believe that same thing. It's ingrained in us from a long time ago. So education is foundational to what we do. And we believe firmly that the clients that we have now and the clients that we hope to have in the future deserve to be able to take action and make decisions from a very well-informed position. So we continue to try to bring education to the table for that reason. So that we will continue those, right? You'll see more of those and you'll hear a little bit about that again. We've also done a bit on the software side, right? So we offer full service work now where we do all the work for the dealer, but we also have just a standalone software platform. And it's gone through some significant upgrades and feature additions this year, which is great. And we are actively working on the next iteration of LeadHelm, right? We continue to evolve and improve. I'm not going to share much more of that, but in the near future, we should be able to share a closer glimpse at a roadmap and what that new product may actually bring to the market. So that's very exciting. We like that stuff. And then to bring it all together, Adam's going to talk to us about really what is LeadHelm offering these days, right? What are the services that we offer? Some of you know, some of you may not. We've got some different things in there. I've got that. And there's also some current cool promos that are happening, right? We're trying to entice you, listening audience, to get involved with us sooner than later, because everybody's going to want to go live on March 1st, right? When it gets busy. Well, you need to start now if you want to have a shot at being ready on March 1st or April 1st for this stuff. So let's not delay on that. So Adam's going to talk about how we're making it really easy for you to buy on that. So that was just a quick year in review. Really cool.
Yeah. Well, nicely, John. Good job.
Trying to set you guys up for this, And what did we learn, right? There's a couple major bullets of what we learned. One, still a huge opportunity inside the digital sales space in all of these industries that we're talking about. Major. And unfortunately, it is still largely unrealized by, I won't say many, I will say most of the dealerships in those verticals that I just mentioned. This is untapped and it's not changing. Consumer trends show us it's only getting more and more and more important. So that's there. We also understand, right? And some of you remember we've been in the dealership business for a long time. So we know that the swirl is real inside of dealerships, Harley and power sports in particular, because that's where we cut our teeth. We got staffing issues at the dealer level. We got turnover issues. We got cost issues. We got maybe a lack of know-how, maybe a misunderstanding about technologies and so forth. So those things are real, and we are empathetic to that. And so we try to continue to bring solutions that solve those pain points. And I think the big one, right, the battle for footfall in your store is increasingly being fought online. Customers are going online first, and they want to go to one store. They don't want to shop all over town over and over and over. They want to go to one, maybe two. How are you going to be the one or the two? You got to be great in the digital space because that's where people are starting today, right? Lots and lots and lots of people. A lot of podcasts in the past have shared some of that data. So all in all, I think that's reconfirmed our belief that we are bringing the right solution to the market at the right time. We have full service, we have software, we have operational understanding, we have coaching, we have pay for resources, we have free resources, all those things that drive a dealer to help them actually capitalize on that upside that's there. So for us, it's confidence to say, okay, we've got great plans, we've got great tactics to continue to push this out there, and everything we're seeing and hearing and understanding and analyzing says that we're bringing the right thing to the market. So we just need more people to stand up and say, hey, help us. Why not? All right. Enough for me. Let's go back through some of those little things in detail, right? So I'm going to go to Aaron, and Aaron, talk to us a little bit about kind of the industry relationship side of our business, if you will, and the education piece.
Yeah, no, that's great, John. Thanks for that recap. Well done.
Yeah.
If I think I did that, it would have taken about an hour and a half. So I think we're keeping this thing on track.
We can all agree on that one here. Not that mine was great, but that yours would have been an hour and a half. Yes.
Yeah. I agree with that. No, there's a lot of resources in the industry, right, guys? And I think, John, you said it. You're like, hey, we've got to find ways to win together. And for us at LeadHelm, a big focus in 2024 was to build our relationships with some of the industry vendors, partners, players that are inside this space. As everybody that's listening knows, that we like to help dealers be the best in digital. So there's a lot of other solutions in the industry that complement that, and to name one that you might have just heard us recently on our last podcast with Chris Yellowshawn at Rowlick. What a great company that's doing a lot of great things to help the mission of nurturing customers and impacting customer experience. And a lot of what they do has a lot to do with how leads are nurtured over time in different ways. So that's a good example of it's important for us to continue to build great relationships, partnerships, and sometimes affiliates where we're really even working closely together to help the dealerships and help the industry. And that's that win-win-win. So we've done a lot of hard work there in 2024. Some of those have been with some CRM companies. Some of those have been with education, the educational side, and we will continue to do so. And right now, I'll say, guys, as you know, we are in a position going into 2025 with some great alignment and some great strategy and plans to make some big things happen for dealers in 25, and to be not only a resource for you from us, but with others and that cohesiveness. So really important to have that cohesiveness in the industry today. We're working together. Another big one that comes from that, John, is integrations, right, guys? So we've got great software. Our software helps dealers a lot in different areas, right? But being able to have it work with other platforms and other systems not only helps the dealer simplify things, but just makes it across the board easier to navigate from a day to day. So we've done a lot of work this year with improving some of the CRM integrations that we have, and that allows our customers to, whether we're doing the work for them or they're doing the work inside the dealership, it allows them to have more visibility and just an overall better user experience. Another point I'll make is education. Education for us is really, really important because it's Scott Fisher, John, you said it, like always be a student of the business. And I think that's our culture here at LeadHelm, is always being a student of the business. But taking those learnings, some of those learnings come from dealers, right, guys? I mean, I've been on dealer reviews this year, and I got pages of notes from that. That's just lots and lots of learnings. So we take learnings from dealers, take learnings from industry partners, data, right? There's some new data that's been coming out that helps us decipher some of that. But education not only has been a pinnacle of our success in 24, but will continue to be our face front in 25. And as you guys know, a lot of that training education is free for the dealers and for the network. So last thing I'll just touch on, and just as a reminder, is that we've got an upcoming webinar coming up in a couple weeks. So January 23rd, sell smarter. not smell smarter. Sell smarter, not harder. Okay. And that's really about the 3 phases to dominate digital sales. And so we'll be digging into those 3 phases. I think, John, you'll be on there with me, and we will look forward to hopefully a lot of attendance and help everybody just kick this year off strong. But I'm real proud of this team and real proud of the things that we've really pleasure working with you guys, and look forward to another great year. So there's some good updates from my side.
Aaron, that's great. And you've worked a lot on those affiliate things, or, just the business development, right? Not direct client sales, but, and I think if you could put that into a concise thing, what you just said: collaborate, integrate, and educate. We're trying to do all that, right? And again, I want to make sure that we continually overlay the fact that the only reason we do this at the end of the day is to help individual dealerships sell more vehicles and deliver a great customer experience. Because everybody wins that way. So all of this behind the scenes work that we do is still with that ultimate end that's there, to be a go-to resource for these industries. So great work on that, AB. We'll hear from you again in a little bit.
Yeah.
So one of the things, back to what I just said, goal number 1, how do we help dealers be better and sell more? So Jason, talk to us a little bit about how do we engage on a regular basis? How do these coaching and development sessions come to be? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, well, like you said, we offer, both. We do it for you, and we help support you if you do it yourself. And those sessions that we set up with our client base allow us to keep the client on the most up-to-date trends and things that we're seeing, like to Aaron's points in the industry and topics of importance, so the dealer network that we work with doesn't miss out. It's really important because, we set up, and, everybody on this call has been on a monthly review with me. And in those sessions, it's partly based on reviewing your performance. What did the last month result in X? But the bigger piece is, what can we learn from those things? Like, to both you and Aaron's point on, always being a student of the business, and, taking away the wins in where we could get better. And so we help focus that with our clients and talk about the areas of improvement, whether it's our team of agents that are reaching out to their customers or their own people doing it. There's always avenues and opportunities to get better. And some of that, it just goes back to prove, like what you said, to open all this. Customers are going to start their buying journey online. And if you're not getting in the ballpark with them first, you've lost that opportunity. And we go across everything that entails that with our team. All 3 phases of the sales process, from lead generation to lead closing, and opportunities along those sides. But then we take it a step further. We're meeting with our clients on the service side every week and making sure that there's opportunity to work with customers at the management level of our dealerships, and that they're not missing the chance to overcome an objection or to move a customer forward in the process. And, it's definitely not easier than it was last year. And it's definitely not easier than it was the year before. But you have to have that focus. You have to have a digital sales process. And what we have found that is, in working with our clients at the high level every month and at the hottest level every week, passing along where we think that there's an opportunity and collaboration on strategy, it is allowing our dealers to find more success. It's really, really important how we work on the 3 phases of the sales process. And not only, offer our expertise from being in the business, but then collaborating with their local markets and where they see success to take it to the next level. And I think the biggest thing that we learned in the end of 2024, and, John and Aaron, you were very, very important in helping me with this phase, is our digital traffic log sessions that we ran with our clients, and helping them plan where they want to go, know what it's going to take to get there, because you can set that goal of X amount of sold units. How are you going to get there? I can throw a number on a wall And if I don't have the preparation, the planning, and the resources, to all of Aaron's point, all these things, we want to work with your technologies, with your sales, lead sourcing and stuff to help get to that goal. Those digital traffic log sessions, I think, you and Aaron both have very key insights that you've helped provide to our clients. If you don't have that plan in place, it's going to be very hard to find the success you want.
Yeah, it's Aaron. Do you have any thoughts on those digital traffic log pieces, or Adam, if you guys want anything? I think we've all been in on some of those sessions, and it's very eye opening.
Been on several. I'll chime in on that, Jay. And thanks for talking about that digital traffic log, because there's been a lot of just when you reflect back last year, just amazing reviews with dealers. You talk about those monthly reviews, and when we look at, every time I look at a digital traffic log with a dealer and we help build that, and what comes out on the other side of that is just it's truly unbelievable. When you really mine for opportunities like that, because if you don't know where you are, how do you know where you're going? I mean, you just, so there's just so much you can go to that. But I come from a culture inside dealerships, as John knows, and Jason, the three of us have had the opportunities to work inside dealerships. The heartbeat or the center of everything we did inside of a dealership was our physical traffic log. And now with the way that we look at digital, we're not saying, right, guys, I mean, hey, you still need a physical traffic log, but having a digital traffic log and being able to see how it really exposes true opportunity, where can we create action and planning? And it's been a pleasure going through that with dealers last year. Jason, and we've done a lot of those, and watching a dealer transform, to me, is the biggest win in all this. Being able to see a dealer triple their conversion rate, or increase their set appointment rate by 15%, or see a dealer's response time go from an average of a couple hours or 6 hours to 5 minutes. It is truly outstanding. And then seeing how that behavior in the process impacts results and helps dealers make more money at the end of the day. So it has been something that, I'm excited to continue to do with dealers in 25. And I think you nailed it. Being able to really monitor where you're at allows you to have better direction where you're going. And that's a big part of this.
And I think, not leaving Adam out, he's having the first conversation about this with the prospective clients that are, coming to talk to us. And so he's helping identify where do you want to go and how do you want to get there with the clients that have signed up to work with us. And even the ones that don't, I think Adam does a great job in how he explains and opens that door of that mentality, because you got to have that plan, not knowing how many lead sources you work with and how they're participating in your goals. Then do you have the right amount of staff doing it, whether you're doing it yourself or you're hiring us to do it for you? Mm-hmm. Are you treating that lead just like if they walked in your front door? Because that's truly the key right now. And those opportunities are being missed because they're not being treated with the same urgency without that shift in the mentality. And, me and John just talked to a client dealer, 2 days ago. And a lot of the things that we've talked about that they're struggling with inside the dealership is getting that mentality turned around to make sure they don't lose any sale because we didn't follow up with the lead properly.
Yeah. Well, and I think a couple things here, right? The digital traffic log really has two fundamental purposes. I think an in-store physical floor traffic log has multiple purposes as well, right? One, I think that we're all aware of, is it's where you go record the activity, right? I talked to this many people. I sat this many down. I had this many write-ups, right? I had this many leads. I had this many engagements. I set this many appointments. So many kept, right? We understand that side of it. But what we're really talking about here with the digital traffic log is the planning side of this, right? How much business could you expect or should you expect out of the website traffic and the lead volumes that you currently have? I don't know, right? You want to sell 100 units next year out of your digital space? Can you do that? I don't know. What's your website traffic, right? What percentage of your website traffic actually becomes a lead? What percentage of leads do you actually set appointments with, right? we don't know what we can do until we have a foundational piece of data, or at least some well-grounded assumptions about what's possible. So I think that thing, and my last little piece on that, right? What you talked about, Aaron, or anybody that's been in those sessions, the energy level and the enthusiasm from the dealership team that starts to come to life as we build that plan out, because now they know what they're shooting for. Now I've got some real metrics. I know what I need to do, right? Look, I know it's a difficult situation to execute a hard plan. I get that. But the one thing that's worse than that is no plan at all.
Right.
I would rather give me a plan and tell me it's hard work. I'm much happier than saying, oh, good luck, there's no plan. I can't do that. Your staff can't do that either. They need a plan. To come full circle on what Jason said, just put yourself in that picture. Weekly, monthly, quarterly at a minimum. Monthly for sure. Weekly, if you're a full service customer, you have a dedicated team of coaches that do nothing more than pay attention to what's happening with your digital traffic, your nurturing, your conversions, and offers insights and learnings that we bring from our own experience and what we glean from our dealers in discussions we have with them every month. Why would you not want dedicated coaches who understand this business really well? I don't know. It's a head scratcher for me. Anyway. Okay, let's shift a little bit, right? So now we've talked about integrations, relationships, collaborate, integrate, educate. We've talked about a team of coaches and to help you plan and execute the 3 phases, the operations that are in there, platform functionality, whatever you want to talk about, pay plans, right? We do a lot. It's fun. So let's talk to Adam about what do we have to offer to the market? If somebody said, hey, man, I would like to work with you, what can you do, right? How are we meeting dealers where they are today?
Well, it's a good question, John, and I'm glad you asked it. However, first I want to just say I got to follow Jason and Aaron with everything they just dumped on us. Like, come on, those are some big shoes to fill now.
It's not. This is not for the meek of heart.
Not for the faint of heart. That's for sure.
No, it is not. This is like the real. This is a real deal.
Yeah. No, we are. I think it's really important. Number one, to focus on how you started. Aaron and Jason also supported is we are better together. Right? We all are better together. And I think it was really cool, John, because we even heard that, you and I, at NPDA, at that show. We're all better together, working with every solution possible to, number one, get more money in the door for us. But also what we're doing is we're exposing the industries to more people generationally, right? So it goes down hands over foot, hand over fist, whatever you want to say there, which then also results in more money, because if that happens, more people are buying as the generations get older and older, right? So it really works in a progressive way. Now, if we're all not on that same page, that's one thing, right? But the majority of people, I think, are starting to listen and are starting to understand that since COVID, the digital journey is one of the biggest impacts to our bottom line. And that's where people are starting to look, at least, and start doing their research. You got to also remember, people are way more educated now because everything is online. They can do all of that research and look up what they want to buy, right? If it's a Harley, if it's a jet ski, if it's a boat, whatever it is, they're going to learn everything they can about that product before they even start outreaching. Then they're going to outreach. But if it's your store that they're looking at or submitting a lead on, don't you want to be the first guy to respond to them? Because starting at 85, 90% of customers are starting online. So that leaves 10, 15, 5% of those people just walking in the door. The shareholder is the digital side. So let's really get that mind shift on. We have to connect with those people first, which is a lot of what Jason talked about. So again, what do we do really? Like, who do we partner with? We partner with any dealership, any brick and mortar, anyone that wants to work with us. We can work with you. We have the solutions to solve the problems that you have to really convert those leads on a higher level, right? Mm-hmm. Digital leads are not always the most lucrative and sought after side of the business either by people. So that's, again, comes from the shift. We need to educate, and that's a lot of what we're doing. We have a lot of free education, which helps more people understand this is a world we live in, and this is super important, right? So that's a very big problem. But if you're someone that's not focusing on that, you're not alone. That's the grand scheme of every customer that I talk to is not focusing on digital. Hence why they're talking to us, right? There's lack of marketing efforts to drive more leads. There's technology limitations. Are you advancing your technology, or are you still writing things down on a pad and pen, right? Do you want to evolve your business into this digital age to make more money is a big problem. Attention and focus and time and money to pay people to do all of these efforts is equally important and a big problem, right? You have to pay people a salary. You have to pay them health benefits, insurance, time off, whatever it is, right? That's a big impact to your bottom line as well. If you're not getting a return on your employees' investment, you're basically just handing money to people for no reason. So there's a lot of problems, right? And lack of awareness really is the biggest thing. I see this a lot. It's a lack of awareness on what you are getting back from your digital efforts, what that return of investment is. Because you got to think of it this way, guys. You're spending a lot of money on digital leads. You're spending a lot of money on lead sources in general. Don't you want to know how each lead source is performing individually to know what is happening with each one of those dollars? Because you can take a stack of cash, set it on fire, and that would be the same thing as what most of you guys are doing right now. It really is, because if you don't know what's happening with your money and where those hard-earned dollars are going, you want to be able to see that value. And LeadHelm software offers that, right? We have a great solution in a great place that shows you where all of your lead sources are going and what happens with them. The biggest part of what we do, right, is our solution. We help you convert more of those digital leads into sales. And I think that's the biggest impact, right? Mm-hmm. So bottom line, you want to work with us, you want to convert more of your digital leads, we will help you convert more of those leads either through 3 areas of business that we offer. We can do it for you with our done for you offer. We can do it with you, where we work alongside with you for about 90 days, coaching you up every 30 days till you want to take it over, or then you say, I don't really want to do this myself, and we can do it for you at that point. Or we have our LeadHelm solution, which is our software, and we can coach your team, whomever those people will be, on how to effectively work leads and work them efficiently to get them in the door faster for you. So those 3 offers are our 3 levels of service. The most popular right now is the done for you. Everyone, because they don't want to do that initial investment internally, they'd rather do that initial investment externally with a group of professionals. You have a team of agents that Jason and Erica and our side are working diligently in the background to drive these leads in the store for you. Set and kept, right? Your biggest part in this is the sold. All you have to do is, here you go, mister, sign this sign right here and you can ride this bike out the door. It's really simple. The guy's already sold when he walks in the door. I think it's really important to understand the discovery side to this, right? So we offer a discovery phase where you can just call, we can set up a meeting. It's a little bit of time out of your day. It really doesn't take much. But if you're looking to make an initial investment in something, again, you're going to want to learn about what it is we do. but also I need to learn about what it is you do, because if we can't impact you the way that you're expecting it to happen, then we need to make sure we're doing the right things first, and you understand what needs to happen to get those goals attained. So I think the discovery side of just really, talking about what your goals are, understanding what your efforts are right now digitally to drive those goals and impact them. Do you have a digital traffic log? We talked a lot about that. The digital traffic log, oh my gosh. Like, think about it. You have a year of planning before the end of your year ends, right? So really, if you didn't start in November, October of 2024 planning for 2025, you're behind the 8 ball tremendously. And if you don't know arbitrarily, here's some numbers, right? Okay, we want to sell X for all of these months. How do you know you're going to get that number or achieve that number each month? How do you know, like John said, unique visitors that are coming to your website? Those are the people that are turning into an actual lead. So you need website visitors, but then you need unique visitors, and you need to really see what you're going to do to affect that goal at the end of the month, right? So the digital traffic log is critically important in the discovery phase as well. It teaches us and it teaches you, and more on that eye-opening of excitement of, okay, I've got these numbers, I have some really lofty goals. Can I reach those goals? Can I even hit them at a 40, 70, 40%, which is what we do for you? After about 90 days of service, we can build you up to 40, 70, 40%. But if you are hitting a number or trying to hit a number that is really unattainable with your lead sources, your lead generation, how many people are actually walking in the door, your set kept, it's really not possible to say, I want to get 100 bikes each month if you're only getting 50 leads per month, right? So you can't really do it based off that. And that's what the digital traffic log does. So I digress a little bit in that side of the traffic log, but I think it's critically important for everyone to understand traffic log and a digital traffic log, and really how they work symbiotically together to really get your end goal of actual plus your digital, and it brings it all together. A bigger side to that is we offer some really cool things, right? We have some cool offers coming in this year, through the first quarter, through the second quarter, I think even throughout the entire year. We've got some really cool promotions. The promotions you'll see come out, I think, each week is how we're going to release them. And one of them is actually a free traffic log session at the beginning of the year and the end of the year. So when you guys see this stuff pop up online or in your email, on social media, wherever you see it, take advantage of it, because the monetary value to this, what we could charge, is exponentially high. But this is all free stuff for you guys. This is $0, zero investment from your pocket. And all it is some time out of your day invested in learning. And to go back to what John and everyone talked about at the beginning, is being a student of the business, right? We're just educating ourselves a little bit more on what we could do better to maybe get those 2 extra or 5 extra sales in at the end of the month, to really, number one, impact your goal, but maybe even crush that goal by selling a couple more units. So I think it's really cool. Take advantage of our promotions. Got a really cool one for January. We're calling the Baker's Dozen offer, and think of it that way. It's like when you go to Krispy Kreme and you get that dozen donuts, and you're standing there and you're watching them come under that waterfall of glaze, and the guy walks over and he hands you that extra one. That's all we're doing here. We're giving you that extra month for free out of the kindness of our glazed hearts, right? So I think
glazed heart.
Take advantage.
He's really laying it on here, man.
Put some quotes around that. We're going to be using that somewhere.
You may have to. Not to say
I got a new T-shirt coming your way. Glazed
Hey,
Heart.
all right,
It's gonna be your
sounds
new
good. If you
nickname.
can send me some donuts, I was gonna say, not that I'm not a donut junkie or anything, but I'll take some donuts as well. But yeah, no, I think it's just cool. Take advantage of what we've done, what we do. We've managed over 2 million leads in our software. We're a group of really educated people on the side of the digital journey. And I think if you just want to listen to us, I'll shoot the shit with you for an hour if you want to just talk about what's going on in your store and what's not going on in your store. And we can just have a conversation. But at the end of the day, if you can take something away from it and you've learned something to either apply internally at your store, or maybe you want to talk more and learn more about what LeadHelm does, book a meeting, set up a time to call, just hit me up on social media, wherever you want to talk, happy to talk. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. And if you want to send me some donuts, feel free to do that too.
Donuts to the Glazed Heart.
That's it.
All right.
That's it, baby.
So Adam, that's great. And just, to put a bow around that thing, we got a lot of information. We got a lot of resources, and a lot of it we give for free, right?
Yep.
Just because you have to educate dealers. To us, education equals opportunity. So just take advantage of those, right? Literally, it's no investment other than time. You have zero to lose and everything to gain by a phone call or the use of some of these free tools. And Adam talked about, there's a few of them. The digital traffic log is a freebie. Go to leadhelm.com. You can get the digital traffic log, download it, play with it, or call us, and we'll work you through it. We've got an ebook that talks about the 3 phases of the digital sales process. That's a freebie. There's a profit calculator on there. You can plug in some of your own numbers and see what your performance is today versus what it would look like at benchmark. And I'm not saying that performance is because you need more leads. No, I'm not asking you to spend more money to create more leads just right now. I want to get great at lead conversion first, and then we'll spend more money to drive traffic. But those are freebies. So as we look, we're gonna pull this thing together here for conclusion. Opportunity is lucrative inside of digital. We're not lying.
Really?
Ask anybody in the industry. Look at the data. Look at Rollick data. Look at Pied Piper data. Look at Polk industry data. Whatever data you want to look at shows consumers are starting online. We have to be prepared to fight that battle and win that battle online to get them in the showroom. Okay, so that's number one, and we can help in a lot of different ways. I won't beat that horse at all.
Yeah.
Adam talked about the promos. Baker dozen, right? 1-year contract with a freebie month. Your 13th month is free on that. That promo goes through end of January, and we will have. Adam actually created. It was really cool. It was going to be a 12 days of Christmas promo, and we said, we can't let these promos exist for only a day. So we've changed it to a 12-week promo. So in addition to the Baker's Dozen, each week for the first 12 weeks, 13 weeks of the year, there'll be a different freebie every month that you can take advantage of. Free. I don't mean deferred. I mean free. That's no payment. Net never. Okay. We've got that. And then we're going to be in person out and about a little bit. There's an Accelerate conference that Power Sports Business puts on that is coming up here later this month. I will be at the Accelerate conference. That's in Charlotte. And then Adam and I will be at AIM Expo first part of February in Vegas. We will have a booth there. I actually get to present a little bit in the tech hub space. So if you're out there, come see us. You can always find us at leadhelm.com as well. And guys, thank you very much. If you, the audience, can't see or hear our optimism and excitement and enthusiasm, then either we did a bad job or you're just not paying attention. But it's going to be a big year. We're going to make it big for whoever wants to work with us. So you should be on that list and not the other list. And find us, right? You can find anything you need at leadhelm.com, including the ability to get in touch with any of us. So please reach out. Love to talk to you. And thanks for taking the time, right? If you watched or listened, you fall into the category of a student of the business. So kudos to you. Keep that up and keep your eyes peeled for some more freebie education. And gents, good work.
Yeah.
Have a great afternoon.
Yep. Looking forward to a great year with you guys and all of our dealers, and meeting many more new dealers. So thanks guys. And hopefully anybody that listened to this, we are ready to talk to you. We are ready to chat.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right, guys. See ya.